Princess Nora was 12 years old. She lived in a beautiful kingdom called Moonvale, where the castle towers touched the clouds and tiny golden lights floated through the gardens at night. Nora loved her kingdom, and she especially loved her birthday. That night, Nora had the biggest birthday party of her life. There were cakes, music, dancing, colorful flowers, and hundreds of little magical lights. At midnight, Nora went to her bedroom. She smiled and whispered, "Tomorrow will be the best day ever." Then she closed her eyes and fell asleep. But when Nora opened her eyes the next morning, everything was different. Her room was covered in dust. The beautiful curtains were torn. Plants were growing through the walls. Nora jumped out of bed. What happened to my room? She ran to the window. Her heart stopped. The beautiful Moonvale kingdom was gone. The gardens were covered with wild plants. The roads had disappeared. The castle towers were broken, and huge trees had grown all around the palace. Nora rushed outside. "Hello?" No one answered. She ran through the empty streets. "Is anyone here?" Still nothing. Then she heard a strange sound behind her. Tap, tap, tap. Nora slowly turned around. An old woman was walking toward her with a wooden stick. Her hair was completely white. Her face was full of wrinkles, but her eyes were bright and kind. The woman stopped in front of Nora. She stared at her for a long moment. Then she whispered, "Princess Nora?" Nora's eyes became wide. "You know me?" The old woman smiled sadly. "We have been waiting for you." Nora looked around. "Waiting for me? Where is everyone?" The old woman looked toward the abandoned castle. "They are still here." Nora was confused. "What do you mean?" The old woman took Nora's hand. "Come with me." She led Nora into the old castle. Behind a broken wall was a secret staircase. They walked down and down until they reached a huge underground room. Nora gasped. Hundreds of people were sleeping inside magical glass bubbles. Men, women, children, even little fairies. Nora ran toward them. "Who are these people?" The old woman answered, "The people of Moonvale." Nora stared at the sleeping faces. "But why are they sleeping?" The old woman looked at her. "Because of you." Nora stepped back. "Because of me?" The old woman nodded. "On the night of your 12th birthday, a powerful spell covered the kingdom. It trapped everyone inside a magical dream." Nora's voice became quiet. "But why am I awake?" The old woman smiled. "Because the spell could not trap you." Nora looked at her hands. "But I only slept for one night." The old woman shook her head. "No, princess. You slept for 100 years. Nora froze. 100 years? She looked at the old woman. "But you're old." The woman laughed softly. "Of course I am." Then she pointed to a small golden mirror. Nora looked into it. She saw herself exactly as she had been the night before, 12 years old. The old woman stood beside her. Nora suddenly understood. "Wait, who are you?" The old woman smiled. "I am Lily." Nora stared at her. "Lily?" The old woman nodded. "I was your best friend when we were children." Nora's mouth opened in shock. "You?" Lily smiled through her tears. "Yes. I promised you that I would wait until you woke up." Nora looked at the sleeping people. "But how can I save them?" Lily pointed toward Nora's silver necklace. "Your mother gave you that necklace on your birthday." Nora touched it. It suddenly began to glow. A warm golden light filled the room. Then Nora heard a soft voice. "Wake the kingdom, Nora." Nora closed her eyes. She held the necklace tightly and whispered, "I want my kingdom back." Suddenly, golden light rushed through the room. The magical bubbles began to crack. One by one, they disappeared. The sleeping people opened their eyes. The fairies woke up. Children looked around in confusion. People began crying and laughing. Moonvale was awake. Nora ran outside. The broken kingdom was changing. The old trees disappeared. The gardens returned. The castle towers rose into the sky. Golden lights filled the streets again. But Nora noticed something strange. Everyone looked older than she remembered. Some people had grey hair. Some children were now adults. And Lily stood beside her as an old woman. Nora hugged her tightly. "I missed you." Lily smiled. "I never stopped waiting." Nora looked at the shining kingdom. She had lost 100 years, but she had gained something more important. She had learned that time can take many things away, but hope can keep a promise alive. From that day on, Princess Nora became the protector of Moonvale, and every year, on her birthday, she visited Lily and told her the same thing. "You waited for me for 100 years." Lily always smiled. "And you finally woke up." Moral: never lose hope. A true promise can survive even the longest